Hi, welcome to my review of No Country for Old Men, directed by Joel and Ethan Coen. No Country for Old Men mainly centers around Josh Brolin's character, Llewellyn Moss, who stumbles across a suitcase containing a sum of $2 million from a drug deal gone awry. Believing that finding the money is a sign of good faith, Llewellyn runs off with it. However, things quickly start to turn ugly as a sociopath, Anton Chigurh, who's played by Javier Bardem, seeks to track down the money and the one who possesses it. No Country for Old Men stars Josh Brolin, Tommy Lee Jones, Javier Bardem, Kelly MacDonald, and Woody Harrelson. In 2008, No Country for Old Men took home 4 Academy Awards, those being Best Supporting Actor, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Directors, and Best Picture. Meanwhile, another masterful film called There'll Be Blood takes the back seat. A lot of people still talk about this to this day. A lot of people say There'll Be Blood is better than No Country for Old Men and should have won Best Picture. I can't really say because I love both films very much. I love them both for very different reasons, so that's all I can say about that. Furthermore, I did find something very interesting on the internet that I want to share with everyone. While the Coen brothers were filming a landscape scene in Marfa, Texas, they see this black cloud of smoke just comes out of nowhere. And as it turns out, it was Paul Thomas Anderson working with the pyrotechnics crew for a scene in There'll Be Blood. As a result, the Coens had to stop filming and come back the next day. And I think it's kind of funny because even before the two films were even created, there was a somewhat unintentional rivalry between the two films. Anyway, back to No Country for Old Men. I haven't seen all the Coens films, but among the ones I have seen are Fargo, Our Brother Where Art Thou, A Serious Man, True Grit, and of course, No Country for Old Men. And most of those I would rank fairly high on my list, so by me saying that, you can tell that I'm a pretty huge fan of the Coen brothers. The acting in No Country for Old Men is nothing short of greatness. Everyone who shows up in No Country for Old Men brings their absolute best. Josh Brolin arguably gives one of the best performances of his career. Tommy Lee Jones as Sheriff Ed Tom Bell is another one who is great. Personally, I thought he was perfectly eligible of being nominated for an Oscar back in 2008, but unfortunately he wasn't. However, the best performance by a mile is Javier Bardem's portrayal as the sociopathic Anton Chigurh. There's a scene in No Country for Old Men that kind of actually sums up what kind of character Anton Chigurh is. Referring to Anton Chigurh, there's a scene when Josh Brolin asks Woody Harrelson's character,
"So this guy's supposed to be the ultimate badass?"
And funny enough, that's exactly what he is. He is this dark, unstoppable force of death who has this expressionless face and gnarly haircut. Anton Chigurh is someone or something you don't want to mess with. In short, Javier Bardem gives a fantastic performance of one of the best villains to ever appear on screen. The Coens' longtime director of photography, Roger Deakins, returns for No Country for Old Men. Out of the Coens and Deakins' long partnership, No Country for Old Men might just be their best. Everything in No Country for Old Men, whether that be from the desert to the interior of a Texan's home, looks rich and is gorgeous to look at. I want to briefly talk about the soundtrack. Excluding the closing credits and some of the ambient music that's used in certain scenes, No Country for Old Men does not have a musical score. However, what it does have is its great use of sound effects, and to me, that is the score. Boots trekking through sand and concrete have never sounded so crisp and great, and even the sounds of nature and wind are worth mentioning. Overall, the sound design really helps create the environment that's in this film. Now I want to talk about the big issue that some people have with this film. The main complaint I've heard about No Country for Old Men is its ending and its absence of a so-called climax. Unlike some, I believe the ending to No Country for Old Men is actually quite great, and not only that, but I also believe that there is a climax that can be seen on screen. However, the climax isn't some sort of shootout or action scene. No, it's a scene that takes place in a shack with two characters exchanging a dialogue. That is the climax. Overall, No Country for Old Men is a smart, quiet, yet suspenseful thriller that I've seen many times, and of course, more viewings to come in the future. And it's also one of those films that require multiple viewings to fully digest, and to me, that's a good thing. No Country for Old Men is a true masterpiece. I give it a 5 out of 5. Thanks for watching.